Okay, so to produce a report which has a page orientation of landscape. Now, you obviously, if you're doing this the first time, then you probably won't know which is which. But hopefully, we would have had enough practice in order for you to recognize which is which. So for this one, we're focusing particularly on the exam technique or annotating the exam paper. So firstly, I would write a Q. No, sorry, this one is a report. Okay, so page orientation is a report. Sets the page single page wide. That's also in the report. Contains a new field called income, which is calculated at runtime. This field will calculate the price multiplied by number. Okay, this is in the query. Has an income field formatted as a currency to 2 decimal places. I'm going to do this in the report. Shows only the records where the week is 37. This is in the query. Shows only the field staff, date, booking, price, number, and income. Now, some people make the mistake of putting this in the query. I strongly suggest that you add this to the report. You'll see why, hopefully, later on in this video. Shows this data and the field names in full. Okay, so that's in the report. Sorts data in ascending order of date. This is another one that students tend to get confused with. Any sorting, ladies and gents, make sure you do it in the report, please. We can do it through the report wizard. Includes the heading week 37 sales at the top of the page. That's in the report. That's just a report heading. Calculates the total value of the income field and displays this at the bottom of the report under the income field. This is also in the report. Has the label, let's go back, whoops, has the label total income to the left, so that label is in the report. Has your name, candidate number, center number to the left as well, that's also in the report. Okay, so you need to make sure that you have these in the exam paper. And the reason why is, as I mentioned to the students, where it says produce a report, you must do everything in the query before you move on to the report. You cannot produce a report without the query. Okay, so make sure it's annotated. Now, the other thing I wanted you to annotate was where it says contains a new field called income, which is calculated at runtime. Here, ladies and gents, you need to make sure that where it says contains a new field, I'm going to write this or annotate this on the exam paper. So my new field is called income. Okay, at runtime. So where we have runtime, we put 2 dots on top of runtime, as I've shown students in the lesson. Okay, this field will calculate the price multiplied by number. Now, ladies and gents, in here, you need to make sure, whoops, where is it? Add text. Okay, so in here, because we're referring to a field in our database, the field is actually called price. So if I scroll up, we can see here that it's referring to this price here, and it's referring to this number here. Okay, so because it's referring to those fields in the database, you need to make sure that you use the square brackets. So it says price multiplied by number. So I put price in here. I write this on top of the exam paper, remember. Okay, multiplied by number, because I'm referring to a field in the database. Okay, I do it like this. Okay, so income followed by a colon, then in square brackets price, because it's a field in our database, multiplied by number, because it's a field in our database. Now, had you been multiplying the price, so let's say you wanted to find 10% of the price, you would simply do price multiplied by 0.1. You don't need to put the square brackets around 0.1 because you're not referring to a field in the database. Okay, so I'll just go back to where we were. So price multiplied by number. Okay, so now once we've done that, we're then ready to begin creating the query and then hopefully moving on to the report. So the ones I need to do first is this one here, the third bullet point contains a new field called income, and the fifth bullet point shows only the records where the week is 37. Okay, so hopefully in our next video, that's what we'll do.